I was gonna yell out yo like Zashos does in this video, but my brother is sleeping, so you know I don't want to wake him up. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the little lending hand to the homies, and you know, I just want to get everybody up and going. So I just took a little bit of time out of my day to go help those guys out. The day's car is running. We were working on it last night, buttoning everything up, and you know, I didn't record anything yesterday because I forgot my SD card on my computer, my card reader. So today, I really want to start working on my car. Weather's looking good, not super hot, not cold at all. Or maybe I'm just used to it. But yeah, so anyways, the engine is cleaned up. I think I'm gonna keep it cast. I really don't want to spend money just for paint. And I like the cast look anyway, so I'm just gonna clean it up a tad bit more so it doesn't look all like this white residue mark left over from all the oven cleaner. So I'm not worried about the engine because I have a lot to do here before I even address the engine. I'm still waiting for my buddy to give me a quote on the OEM oil pump, VTEC solenoid gasket. I have the OEM gasket here that use RTV or Honda Bond, and I think those are the gaskets that I want to change out. So we'll address that when we get to it. Today is pretty much Carrie's come here again, but not for a bad reason. So yesterday I was roaming the junkyard and I picked up a dual bend shifter, which is stock from the 94 Plus Integra, to get rid of the single cam one that he has in his car, which is like a straight angle throw, and I got the GSR dual for him. So he's gonna be coming here after he does laundry, install that, and if you guys saw the Instagram, his pulley fell off and pretty much lost the bolt, the keyway, and the washer that goes in there, the spacer or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to be pulling his crank pulley back off because we grabbed a new crank bolt and keyway yesterday, installed it on his car, but we had to put it on without the spacers. So he's going to be coming here, taking off his crank pulley, put that spacer in there, and then he's going to do his shift linkage in hopes of helping him improve a little bit on his shifts. And I'm going to be working on my car. And I forgot to talk about this here. This is another package from CRX Dude. Be sure to check him out on Instagram, and I'm not sure if... check him out on Facebook as well. I'll put his link in the description below if you guys want to contact him. This guy right here carries a ton of stuff for EFs, specifically CRXs. If you guys remembered, I picked up a molding for this door right here, but unfortunately I received a passenger one instead of a driver. So Eugene hooked me up and sent me the right side molding that I need, the driver's side right here. So I haven't even touched the wagon yet, and I heard on the radio that it was gonna rain today, and you can obviously see the overcast. But I was working on this valve cover because I was supposed to send it out a long time ago. Aaron, if you're watching, I apologize, but I am putting new bungs on this valve cover because I destroyed the baffle on this one, and I don't like how it came out welding a new one in there. So got you another valve cover courtesy of Kerry. He gave me his blue one, and he had a spare one. I need to weld that up ASAP and at least start something with the wagon, so that way I know that the project has started and there is no turning back, because I've been procrastinating and I've been helping buddies getting their car up and going. But I really need to focus on my shit because we are a week into April and the car is still complete.
Oh yeah. Hey, show your try marks.
I didn't even drill out the valve cover. I haven't even welded the bungs on yet. It is like 7 o'clock right now because Carrie's ass struggling to put a shifter on, so I had to do it. I was under the car, I was installing it. But show off that dual bend though. Hey! He thought that was a real skunk too, and then when I gave him my blocks weighted shift knob, he was like, wow, way different. So that one's like a replica because the Skunk 2 font is not even the Skunk 2 font. But I told him to rock my blocks, he didn't want to, so he threw that one back on so he can learn with his shifter instead of my shift knob. And then but yeah, he got to go return the tools. We put that spacer on the crank pulley, And I'm still gonna try to work on the wagon today and make some type of progress. Oh, and I drove his car beautifully. Look at this. Look at that 2 mark at the back. And then 1-legger. That shifter made a big difference. Hopefully he doesn't miss a gear again. $9:30. So got the radiator drained, radiator removed, got the turbo removed, and so glad I did a V-band right there because I don't have to take off the exhaust. It's actually being held up right now with the rubber hanger on the exhaust itself, where the shifter is at. So that's just going to be chilling right there. Broke my feed line right there, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of that. This clutch line was short, and I ran this in between the turbo manifold and the downpipe with heat wrap, and that's still burnt through right there. And then you can see the other half right here. Probably gonna order a new feed line custom length, as well as a clutch line custom length, so we can route it away from the heat and replace this guy. All that's left is really the axle, and then unplug my CJS wiring right here. 3 plugs that goes inside the footwell, and then I can pull the harness out. Fuel lines are disconnected right there, and one on the other side, and then the traction bar. Otherwise the engine will be ready to come out. Not sure if I'm going to do that tonight, but if I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. No big deal. I'm not sure if I'm going to repaint the engine bay. I kind of do, because there are scratches all over the engine bay from the many years that I've you know, had this painted. And then right here, and then underneath that is a dent. That's why my regulator is right here, from when I had a cherry picker dropping the motor in, and it slipped my B series turbo and smacked that tower. So kind of want to repair that. Obviously there's going to be a lot of things being redone, given that the heater core and everything is going back in, which I'll talk more about later. I am going to need to reroute my fuel line right there, my charge harness, as well as my brake lines, obviously the clutch line. Got a bunch of stuff ahead of me, but removing the engine is the first big step of doing so. So I'm gonna pull out the axles and just kind of have the engine hanging there, like I said, in case I take it out tonight or tomorrow. We'll be one step closer. Okay, well, there is the engine. Now I am just going to pretty much what I did to the other A2 motor and disassemble the transmission, clutch, flywheel, intake manifold, strip this sucker down, so that way we can get everything ready to install in that motor. Like I said, just wait for all the new stuff like the water pump and seals, then we can have that engine ready to rock and roll while we take care of the engine bay in another video. Removed everything that I could out of the engine bay, suspension, regulator, all of that stuff that was like easily removable. I'm not going to touch the clutch line until I get to the dashboard, and then you know, bleed it out and then remove the line from the DIY hydro conversion, and then I can remove this guy once it is empty. Same goes for this guy. I got to figure out if the thing's leaking from the inside of the body, like the seal or something, so that way when I paint this engine bay again, because I think I am going to paint this engine bay, given that there are a ton of rock chips, well, not rock chips, but a lot of like me not being careful and just scratching up the whole engine bay at every corner possible. And I don't want that to be eaten out like it is right now. So I got to figure out that, and just kind of brainstorming for a second here. I'm going to be doing a lot of changes. I'm going to be relocating this guy because I am going to be running heater this time around, and I don't think I've explained what I was going to be doing with this car during the teardown. I have the full JDM harness for this car when I bought my clip, uncut, and I threw it in the backyard and used my left-hand drive flipped around for right-hand drive. And I knew that I wasn't going to run any of the heater box, the auto air con, and all that jazz, because it was going to be a show slash race car anyways, that I wouldn't need any of those for what I was doing with this car. But this time around, I am reinstalling it all back because I acquired all the power window setup and the Beagle door panels and the Beagle rear seats. If you guys ever noticed that I have USDM rear seats, so I want to Beagle it out. The only thing I won't have is power mirrors, which I can always get later down the road. Now that once I install the right hand drive harness, I'll have the plugs just chilling there for it. Winter regulators, everything, the motor, the switches, I have it all in the garage. So during this teardown, I want to install all of the right hand drive components, get rid of all of this mess right here, because at the time I didn't know you can switch the wires at the steering column, the signal column, and make the left go right and right to left. Instead, I pretty much bridged them up in the front and crossed them back and forth, so left is left, right is right. But hopefully the right hand drive would take care of that. So yeah, a lot of stuff ahead of me, and I think before I get started with painting the engine bay and another video, I'm gonna pull the box out, lay it out right here on the driveway, make sure I have everything as far as the JDM harness goes, sensors, plugs, whatever that's missing. I gotta acquire it before I start the teardown. And then once we're 100% on having everything to do this changeover, I'm gonna start tearing the whole interior apart, the dash, the harness, the brake lines, the feed line. Anything that's going to be sitting on the firewall currently is going to come out, because all the heater stuff is going to be sitting in place. And then, like I said, when I redo all the brake lines and stuff, I am going to be running like probably the flex hose, the non-hard line, and relocate my prop valve. And it's just a lot to take care of and a lot to explain, and I'll do it when the video comes out for it. Today's April 5th, and I don't want to lag anymore. Before you know it, we're going to be at the end of the month, and I want to start putting hours into this car and finish it a week or two before I box, so I know the car is 100% before I take it on a 1,000-mile drive. But definitely I'm going to cut this video here. This video is just pretty much removing the old engine, and we already done so. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this engine removal video. Kind of random, but it is in relations to bringing the wagon back. So smack that like button if you guys are excited to see the wagon come back, and please subscribe if you guys want to see this full changeover for the car. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.